there's so much that's coming. I think next we can actually go through the game plan that you guys have, right? So I'll share my screen for that. We can actually go through the Strange Clan website. I hope it actually works the way I want it with my full screen. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe you can walk us through the whole concept and plan of Strange Clan and also where we currently are, right? Because the first drop of the NFTs already went live, was pretty successful. The first count is there. So yeah, maybe you can share some of your thoughts here.
Yeah, plans. Totally. Yeah, so just keep scrolling. Scroll down, the roadmap further down. We can kind of go through it. Okay. There are definitely elements of this that have changed. This is actually, if there are any front-end developers, we need front-end developers too, because we need to do updates on like all of our websites right now. But this is still pretty much accurate. It's just some of the elements have shifted as the scope grew for the game. So if you start at the top, I mean, basically we've got Town 1 where we're beginning, the Genesis Town. And Town 1, we did the launch, the NFTs, we sold half of the supply and raised about 2 million in Atom at the time. And then as you go down, basically the next step after that was really meant to be farming. And so there's two things that are coming up right now. The marketplace, I guess, is below that. But basically the way this was meant to work and the way things worked out, we're doing the marketplace and farming. Those are basically the two kind of next steps, really. Because for Town 2, we want to make sure that we want to reward passage token holders and give them priority access for Town 2. We're still figuring out exactly how that's going to work, but I think we want to have both tokens ready before we launch Town 2. And so the steps are kind of like the marketplace is going to launch within the next week. We're going to see how the Moneta upgrade goes in 2 days and be doing testing throughout that time period. And then within about a week, we should have the marketplace live for the Strange Clan NFTs. And it's a passage marketplace. We're going to be launching a bunch of new NFTs there as well. And that's coming from our partners who are doing launches in the Blockhouse, right? And other partners that we're working with. We're looking to push as much content into the Cosmos space as possible. I actually just had somebody reach out to me today from another NFT project that wants to collaborate. And so, you know, I'm looking to see how I can get more NFTs into our ecosystem. And what's cool is, hopefully, actually within the next week or so, we'll be able to share the first draft of the white paper as well. But there are some cool elements in there for rewarding passage token holders, or maybe specifically passage token stakers, with a profit share from the marketplace, right? So the more volume we do in trades, the more that holders and stakers will benefit. So the goal for the marketplace is that it just is a really strong synergy point between all the different worlds that are going to be built on Passage. And that it'll be kind of a resource for the assets that would live in those worlds, right? So whether it's characters, whether it's buildings, you know, items, whatever it may be. So farming is going to be, and this is actually... Let's
one question regarding the marketplace. Yeah, so you just said, you said there will be two tokens that are going live. One is the Job token, I guess, and the other one is a native Passage 3 token. Okay. And then the marketplace, because you also just mentioned Moneta, which is this major upgrade coming to Juno, right? Is that the marketplace that's going to be built on Juno?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. So you're waiting for the upgrade to work smoothly, to be implemented. And then you launch the coins, and then you will launch the marketplace on top of Juno, right?
So the marketplace will launch first, and then the tokens will launch afterwards.
All right. That's cool. All right. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Yep.
All right. So
and then once the tokens launch, that's when we'll be able to start airdrops for all the NFT holders. And then after the marketplace, we're working right now on building out at the same time as we're building the marketplace. You can see there's a lot going on. But we're building out the Strange Clan Prologue experience, which is basically going to be almost like a text-based adventure, like a almost like a comic book, right? More than a 3D game, right? And the goal is to make something that's accessible, to make something where people can get in and get involved in the story right away, but still do stuff. Like that's going to be the way that you start, that people who have an NFT character are going to start to play a role in that story, right? And that's where they're going to be able to get farming rewards, is through interacting daily with the with this experience, right? And it's going to be very accessible. It's going to be easy for users to get involved. But the idea is that there's opportunities not just to get, you know, strange clan tokens, not just to farm tokens, but also to get additional items, to get additional opportunities. And I'm telling you, there's a bunch of really cool incentives here, a bunch of really interesting tokenomics when story comes first, right? If you have a really strong story, there's a bunch of ways to incentivize people to get engaged, to stay engaged, to stake assets. The whole idea is that basically, as people are interacting with the narrative, people who have Genesis NFTs will actually be able to begin to shape the narrative. They'll begin to unlock new locations that people can explore, and you could sell access to that location as like a piece of a map, right? It'd be an NFT as like a piece of a map. And so like the whole idea is to encourage people to explore the narrative, and it's going to be very, very story based. But again, also pulling in a lot of the rich art from our creative team, and also being able to leverage a lot of our partners that in the content creation space, in the production space, for things like voice acting, animation, artwork, because we want to make, you know, a super high quality story experience. So it's not just going to be farming, right? The whole idea is this is not just, you know, DeFi with some cool graphics, but we want to actually create a rich story experience. And we've got some cool partners in the Cosmos space who are helping us with some of the underlying tokenomic infrastructure and how to do some really cool, innovative things in terms of managing things like LPs, positions, and the tokenization of the narrative itself.
Yeah.